with it right. Here with who I started with, we something like them Spartan. It's going hard regardless. I'm from the 8, 26 plus 5. Mo bitches, H-Ray, Central Coast, mom and suicide. Things arsonist. I step in the booth and cast, I gotta keep it lit. Engineer all my music, I work hard at this.
That's right, and we're back. We're back on Chicano Tube. Beautiful Linda Raza, man. The midday fix. Hit that like button one time. I appreciate everyone that's already tuning in. The Chicano channel. Who else does it the way that we do on YouTube Landia? Nobody. No one else even has the slanguage that I got. Not language, slangwage on YouTube Landia, man. Hit that like. Shooting the shit with you guys. But, man, I got some of my favorite lunch right here in the entire city. If you're from the 831, then you're going to know. If you don't know, probably not from the 831, man, which is Salina City Barbecue. Shout out to Salina City Barbecue. Should just tag them on the thing, man. But hit that like as you guys are coming in, man. Gracias to all the day oneers. Gracias everyone inside the members only. They already know who they are, man. The backbone of the community. I appreciate the members only. I got something in the members only like halfway recorded. My bad, carnales. My bad, people. But I'm gonna finish that one up in the members only. I got it like halfway recorded, and I promise, since it's gonna be a little pause before I released it, it's gonna be worth it, man. It's just something, just untold shit. You know what I mean? It's all untold shit. It's not on the internet, not on YouTube. All right, let's not digress, man. All the Chicano channels, the Raza pages, the very few of us that are out there doing the thing. I appreciate you guys. And let's go ahead and get into a Hood Stocks interview with Chicana Smiles. I haven't seen the full interview, but good looking out to Lucky. Shout out to him. Shout out to Hood Stocks. Shout out to what they're doing over there. They're on billboards over there, electronic billboards a la chingada. They're on billboards over there, so they're doing a great thing. And so shout out to them. So let's go ahead and talk about it, man. La Chicana Smiles was on there, and there's a couple clips that got posted by the Hood Stocks team. Shout out to their team. Always get the spicy barbecue sauce, man. Salina City Barbecue absolutely smacks, cabrones. I said, what haven't I eaten in a while? Well, my. I told her, give me 3 of these barbecues. Spicy. If you don't have a kick, I can't taste it. So she went on there, and one of the clips, this is what I want to talk about on this live. We'll make sure we stay on course, get to the point to check it out. So she said this. She said she went one time, La Chicana Smiles interview on Hoodstock. She went one time over to the Santa Fe spring swap meet, right? Dressed the way she dressed now. She's a veterana. Let's just keep that a buck. Okay, people don't know what veterana is. It is street shit. Okay, you're probably if you're from another world, like a square world, or you just don't know nothing about nothing. Maybe you just moved to California and you're wondering why the most Chicanos, Mexicans, why they have their own little slang. And well, I'm going to explain that to you. So she went on there and she said she's a veterana. That means, she's been from wherever she's been from for a while. A veterano is someone that should be born, raised, and most likely still there. So she went on there, gente. And just one good clip, one very good clip, was said she wasn't having it. After she went viral one time, right? She went viral one time. She wasn't having it. Make sure I can see the comments. That's right, my boy. Get those block letters a little bit smaller, man. All right, now we're on. So check it out, gente. So Chicana Smile says she went to Santa Fe Spring Swap Meet one time. She went viral. She didn't know why she went viral. When they told her, hey, you went viral, she's like, what is that? She doesn't even know what viral is, right? Again, from the old school. There's the veteranos know, right? Most of them don't even they still have flip phones. They don't even know, nor do they want to know, nor do they care about social media, right? Okay. She's like, what is viral? And then they told her, "You don't have TikTok?" She's like, "No, I don't have TikTok." Well, she went viral on TikTok without even knowing it. That's a sin right there, man. It shouldn't taste that good. But of course, it can't outdo Texas, you know. It came from Texas. Pichi Güeros in Texas are the barbecue kings. All right, so let's check it out. So she said, I went one time, I went viral just because the way I was dressed. You know what I mean? She had the Benz on, she had the chola outfit. It's a chola outfit. 100% chola outfit, right? And she said, okay, she went viral. She said when she went, there was 2, 3 people there at that point. Just 2 or 3 people dressed the way she was dressed at that point. So I guess I must have judged, not know, because I'm not over there, right? I'm not next to the Santa Fe Spring Swap Meet where people go para parrandear, right? To swap meet, right? We got one right down the street, San Jose, right? Um, Similar music in the shade, people dancing, etc. Just what they need to do out in San Jose is just put more media out. The flea market needs to dedicate like a media team and just pump content, pump it out, pump it out, pump it out. It's like the free marketing that the whole pinchy world is not taking advantage of. I have a business account for anything personal that I have on every platform, and I'm on all platforms except like Snapchat. Um, and Truth and Rumble. I don't want to do too much. That's too many. I have a business one, and then you'll see me all the time there. I'm shooting that's like 5, 10 minutes a day. Right. But anyways, so she's on there. She went one time, she seen 2, 3 people dressed that way. She started to see that this shit was trending. And people are just dressing like this. Now, I know why this is a hot topic. I know it's a trending topic. I know why. It's because a lot of people are not going to understand it. They never wore that clothes. That clothes, it's like that wearing that clothes was like a signal. That signal was if you're walking down the street and someone has a Charlie Brown or Benz creased up, something like that, there was going to be an altercation. So you have so much PTSD from that's what it was to now you just see people all over the place and they're wearing it. Okay, this is what Chicana Smiles disagrees with. She doesn't disagree with, oh, you know what? She's not trying to tell people how to dress. She just doesn't like the way people are portraying themselves when they have that clothes on. I thought that was a good point. I thought that was a really good point. Want to know what the people think? I need more barbecue sauce than that. Come on. More barbecue sauce than that. Mm. It's a sinny sin. That's right, Ray Velasquez in the casa. I haven't seen the whole interview yet. I'm talking about this because I mentioned something about it and I put a short out about it, which I'll get to in the end. But let me at least continue on La Chicana. Yeah, Chicana Smiles. Good Lord. That food's good. Okay. So I don't disagree with what she's saying because she's saying, wait a second. The thing is, most of these people are influencers. They're TikTok, IG, all that's wonderful, right? Great and lovely, right? But it's funny how sometimes people will put certain clothes on and then all of a sudden they want to stick their chest out. Hey, okay. People get mad when people start being imposters on shit. You're an imposter. Someone can say wearing that, you're an imposter. Because okay, and like she said in the interview, she said now most of the youngsters that are dressing like this, they always got a camera in front of them. Damn, son, where you find this one? Oh man, I like hearing veteranas because they're very unique. They got a unique perspective. It's not like this online that everyone thinks the same. And hey, if you don't join the mob, then they crucify you, and you're not part of the cool kids. Shit, I never wanted to be a part of the cool kids. I'd rather have my own stilo. I'll tell you that. So I like her stilo, right? So she said they put this clothes on and they're dancing for the cameras. And now, instead of it being 3, 4, 5 people in the entire Santa Fe Springs swap meet, everyone is dressing like that. I'm not talking about everyone, 100%, but the majority of people, because it came back as a trend. It came back in style. Is that a problem, you think? Mm, that's right. Buenas, Mikey. That's right, Riverasquez. I appreciate you coming. Shout out to the lowrider community. Absolutely. See, that was the thing. Okay, back in the day, here I am talking about back in the day, cabrones. Um, there was different people, right? Not everyone was in the neighborhood. Some people just dressed the part. Some people just came out when there was parties. Some people were just holding up the wall. And then the other people were the bangers, but the bangers were never on the streets. They were never on the streets. So I understand what she's talking about. She's talking about, hey, people have given their lives on some real shit and made a career over being cholos. To each his own. Now, I have to come from a position where I've been coming from now since 2008, which is, I work with that at risk youth. I don't tell them to dress like that. Matter of fact, when they came to my gym dressed like that, and I tell the youngsters, where are you going? I'm on Alisal, right? Oh, we're going to go to Sanborn. Oh, hell no. You ain't walking down Alisal and then going to hit Sanborn Road at 10 o'clock at night. That's a body. Someone's going to catch a body. We've done a lot of great work. We've been able to curb that a lot down, but it's still like that. It just is what it is. And so I get it, what she's talking about. These influencers, right? There was two influencers. They were a couple. Two guys, there were a couple. Hey, none of my fucking business. And then they were dressed like that, and here they are doing videos and all that. So I can see how people are getting a little upset. I can see that. These are people that they're veteranos. It's just like working for a company. They gave 30 years to the company. They don't got nothing invested in there where their opinion, doesn't matter anymore. No. Matter of fact, I'm from the last generation. I'm from the last generation that was taught respect. People wonder why I'm overly respectful. Because we ain't got to go there unless we got to go there. And if we got to go there, then we're going there. But the Chicana Smiles, that was a great interview. I do want to watch the whole one. She said it's the portraying what they're doing, right? So she has a problem with 10 youngsters coming, all tumbado out, and doing their little. Now, I like what she said. She said, I've always tried to separate the female and the male elements. I like that. Because if not, then you got women looking like men. And the men don't want that. I mean, I think I can speak for all men. I think I could safely speak for all men and say we don't want women that think they're vatos. Or maybe some do. I don't know. Or maybe some do. I don't know. He says salutes to the Zoot community. That's right, my boy. That's right. So again, oh, you know what? Let me harp a little bit on that one, cabron, because I was the one that went viral. Cálmase, cabrones. Cálmase. For whatever it was worth. Because I said the Cholo culture is different than the Chicano culture. But I get how a lot of cholos are Chicanos, and it's just they're intertwined in some aspect. They're in some sense. No soy pendejo. I know they're intertwined in some sense because there's a heavy presence, right? It's like it's like 80% of a group that adapts characteristic traits of something they like. It's hard not to say that fucking group, don't tie them to that. When 80% of the demographic likes oldies or drives lowriders, I get it. I get that, cabrones. You guys know that. I get that. But I never wanted to attach them because don't try to attach 18th Street and Maravilla and East LA or Salas Norte or San Jose, San Fran. Don't attach those things to the Chicano movement. The founders of the Chicano movement wouldn't appreciate that. Imagine if the Chicano movement had a gang try to attach themselves to it. What the fuck's gonna happen? Well, first of all, the Güeros and all that shit, they're gonna put the target on them. They already had makes it even worse because they already had a target on them. Shit. Now you're gonna put another target on them. So I think most of you guys agree with me on that. Daniel Gonzalez says I go to the swap meet. No, is San Jose as a popping swap meet. San Jose just needs to put more media out there. They need more. They need to hire some fucking badass video editor creators and editors. That way it could just get the media. And it's only the spring. Right now, if San Jose Flea Market, does what I'm telling them to do, that shit will be the Santa Fe of Northern California. Because what made the Santa Fe spring swap meet blow up? It's not really that special. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. Hear what I'm gonna say. All they're doing is putting vendors so you could shop, beer so you could drink, food you could buy tacos, a shade so you don't get sunburned, maybe a stage and some music, and you could put any group that you want on the stage. That's not hard to put together. I've got a couple little venues, property that I built for venues, and those motherfuckers stay renting every weekend. Quinceañeras, quinceañeras, quinceañeras. All I did was buy the lot and build the venue. So I know things are always. It's not that wouldn't even take a couple racks. Well, I'm lying. I mean, shit, man. A shade like that to cover a big, say like a what? A 60 by 60? Like a 60 by 60 canopy shade to make sure people aren't in the sun all day. Because they know I'm trying to get sunburn. Let's get back. Oh, man, that last bite. Huh. Shh. Shout out to Salinas City Barbecue. I go to the swap meet. That's right. So, yeah, Chicana Smiles was just like, she's not having it, man, with these youngsters walking around. Guess what can happen? Some of these youngsters can start getting thumped, man. Someone can feel some type of way, maybe a little too much alcohol inside of him. No, and the last thing they'll hit him up, and the last thing they're gonna want to hear is, "Hey, I'm just shooting a video, bro. I'm just doing this because I'm making a video, bro. I'm on YouTube and shit." And next thing you know, the dude feels some type of way, and he sends the youngster to the dentist. I'm just saying those kind of things can happen. Again, that's not happening around here. But again, Chicana Smiles, great interview. I haven't even watched it, but those clips, shout out to Lucky. He's doing the damn thing, man. His content is fucking fire, 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 cabrón. Shout out to Hood Stocks, man. It says Trucha with the Pachuco community. Trucha with the irons. Those cabrones are the ones that taught everyone how to slang the iron, cabron. So she's saying she has an issue with it because people, they don't know, because the uniform, that was a uniform at one point, and it was a signal to somebody saying, hey, you want pedo? Yo la rifo. That was that outfit, right? So you can have PTSD and just see a bunch of Charlie Browns around you, and it's PTSD. You're like, are all these people banging? Absolutely not. I said it in my short, gente. I wouldn't mind if the cholo ropa just got assimilated into different cultures. I wouldn't mind if I seen a bunch of skaters wearing Charlie Browns. I at least know they have a little bit of stilo, a little bit of stilo. But I wouldn't mind. But that's just me. That's rehabilitated me. Did the whole 180. Been wherever you want to name, done it, checked all the boxes. But ain't a pendejo because I'm from the old school and ain't gonna be on YouTube talking about it. That's what I'm not gonna do. Orale, man. I'm trying to see. Oh, okay, hold on. I no wonder I couldn't even see the most of the chat, man. The chat's up there though. I got it on the what is it called on the. You can see the chat now. The chat's over here, cabrones. Anyone that's watching live, the chat's right there. Georgie says people who go to the swap meet are usually looking for good deals, good times, and good. Yes. Now I'm totally against anyone trying to fuck up anyone's weekend, bro. Especially, and there's been some videos out there. I talked to the youngsters one time. I caught a good group of them when I was dropping my car off at the stereo shop, and I had to cross the street on Alisal. While I went through Roosevelt Park. That's like the new park where the youngsters from Salinas hang out. We hung out. Well, anyways, members only. And I walked up on them, and we're talking, and running up on people when they have kids with them. When did that become okay? Running up on people when they're with their family. When did that become okay? Jamming someone up when he's with his wife. When he's with, when did that become okay? So those kind of things I just mentioned, not coming from anything, but just mentioning like the youngsters, hey, this is gonna help keep the streets safer. Don't try to jam someone up when they're with their family. You see him already doing it in the visiting rooms. I couldn't believe that when I heard that. Times are changing. I'll just be by the pool, gente, chilling on the sidelines, scrolling, watching it. All right, here we go. Those people that trip have hater issues. I get that too, bro. I get that too, chingaderas. I get that. Why would someone want to involve themselves in someone else's life? You go to the swap meet just like I go to the swap meet. You fucking take your 3, 4 most closest homeboys, homegirls, or family, or relatives, friends, college friends. Not all of them homeboys, homegirls, but come on, we already know LA's Chicano headquarters, right? We're like the second Chicano headquarters, right? Salas in California. So why are you trying to stick yourself in other people's business, right? At the end of the day, I get that way. I get that. At the same time, we have to understand what Chicana Smiles is saying. There's people that have put in a lot, invested a lot in putting that clothes on. Again, some people are sound like, Mike, that sounds dumb. That's not an argument. Some, low level shit. Whatever you want to say, it's a reality for some people. Frankly, me out here in Salinas, there is no OGs left. None. When I see people that are older, I'm talking about veteranos. When I see people that are older and they're still on the street and they're out there, I'm hoping that they will use their life's experience to talk to the youngsters because they got so much, like Sambo. I had Sambo on there, man. I could have just been sitting back, soaking up game from Sambo for like 4 hours. That 1 hour interview wasn't enough with Sambo because he's cut from that cloth. So we also have to understand that if they want to claim rights to, hey, all of a sudden they call all the llaveros in all the neighborhoods and say, you know what? These kids that are putting camera, they could probably fucking streamline it. They could probably clean that up. They could probably clean that up. Because, yeah, at some point, if you turn down the street and you're walking and someone is tumbaroed like that, it was always a situation. Always. Never like if you seen the kid that's just a normal kid. Well, most of it was energy. But the clothes you wore was a red flag, too. So she's tripping that it's a trend. I mean, I think Chicana Smiles has the right to say that. She's tripping on that. Not how they're dressing, but how they're portraying themselves. I want to be clear, I say that. Man, this barbecue sauce is fire. That out. Mm. If that's what you mean, yes. But chingaderas, I mean, also if no one wants to take their family around, people that are unruly, drunk, they don't drink the alcohol drinks them. Last time I was in a situation like that, I remember it was my daughter's birthday. My daughter Kristen, she's a New Year's baby, right? My oldest baby. Accepted UCLA. She was the only Chicana. I don't know if there was ever another Chicana on the cover of 17 magazine. My oldest daughter. Imagine I get the fucking phone call. Hey, your daughter, because my wife's badass photographer. She blasted her all over social media. 17 magazine. Anyways, I lost my train of thought on that one. 100% I did, man. Here comes Senka. He says you couldn't pay. Oh, yeah. Going out in places where it was my daughter's birthday, bro. And we went to Santana Row. Went to San Ho, and we're at Santana Row where they have everything, right? It's a cool downtown. They also have the luxury condos there, and it's cool to kick it down there, right? Cheesecake Factory, but we went to the Yard House. The Yard House is like a Buffalo Wild Wings on steroids, right? There was a Raider and a Niner game, right? The Raiders and Niners, they hardly play each other. This had to be like 3 or 4 years ago. I don't remember. I'm sure you guys remember. Maybe 2 or 3 years ago. It was on 1/1, my daughter's birthday. The way the youngsters that were in there, and what I mean, I was referring to them as youngsters, me being in my 40s, them being in their 20s, because 20 years is a whole generation. 20 years is a whole generation, right? Some argue that. But the disrespect that I was hearing from Raider fan to Niner fans, Niner fan to Raider fans. I'm drinking this tall ass pisto that's like a big ass boot. I'm drinking this boot, tall pisto. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna pound this and pay for this tab and get out of here because I was with my family. I just said, if some youngster feels some kind of way, I'm glad they did it. I'm glad everyone was amiable. Y todos como sonrientes and we're taking it mildly. But some of those words are trigger words. And if some people know, then you know. If you don't know, you were raised in a better environment. Now, I got to keep it a buck. I recently subscribed to Hood Stocks, right? Like, I'm talking about this year. I wasn't subscribed to Hood Stocks before because if I could be honest and real like I am all the time with you, is I done heard conversations too much all my life with just nothing but gangster conversations. So that was just the primary, right? The primary reason. Well, if I wanted to hear a gangster conversation, all I have to do is remember all those years of. So I wasn't really trying to put myself in those conversations again. But one thing I can't deny is that Hoodstocks in California, he's on the Mount Rushmore of podcasts. So he got that follow coming off the top. Not just that, the team, the crew, the energy they give. It's always a great show over there. Just the energy. The energy. Always a great show over there. So I should have been subscribed sooner. Just saying, Cal. Something could happen, bro. I mean, tell me this. Anyone that goes to the Santa Fe Spring swap meet, is there security over there? Just asking. Or is it always a vibe? I don't know because I've only seen videos, but I don't know anyone. Anyone that's gone down to the Santa Fe Spring, is it a vibe? Or motherfuckers looking for issues and problems? What's the vibe? What's the atmosphere? Because if now everyone's wearing Charlie Browns, I'm assuming it's cool and that everyone is just doing their own thing and enjoying the atmosphere, not trying to blow the place up, right? Okay, if it's that kind of place, then maybe. It's a maybe. But I've always kept it about, I'll let you know. Even where I go up here, mostly, of course, I'm in Northern California, but even mostly where I go out here, I'll tell the youngsters, no, don't, the Sureño youngsters, I'm going to Emma Prusk in San Jose, but don't go over there. Because right when you pull up, there's 1,000 Norteños right on the front of the street, right in front where they put the low riders. They always put low rider cars right on front of Emma Prusk, and they block off that street, and you got to park in the neighborhoods like 4 or 5 blocks. I parked like 4 or 5 blocks away from the Cinco de Mayo thing and walked all through the neighborhoods to get to the park, and then you just got to walk back. But I'll warn the youngsters, hey, for that it's not cool because people are looking for issues if you're wearing blue. Someone let me know, how's the swap meet over there? Is there issues? Are people cool and chilling? I don't know. Damn, it's the security kills, bro. They're hard over there. Okay, so they're pushing a hard line because they don't want incidents. Who does want an incident? I mean, it's like who wants to take their family to something? And let's go back to the Chicana Smiles. So, who wants to take their family to something and there's a shootout? So Chicana Smiles was right, gente, in that she wasn't wrong. Well, first of all, you can't be wrong when you're giving your opinion, right? But she was right saying there's wearing that clothing to some people could be it's like they have rights to it. Like, so hey, that's our shit right there. You youngsters that want to just dance, pachuco out and wearing brims, I get it. But there's people that live that life and unfortunately are never going to be out here again. Never again. They left, right? That's the last thing they remember is wearing that clothes. And then imagine if they come out. I actually think she said on her interview that she went with another veterano or veterana and they were like, what the fuck is all this? Again, you can get a little PTSD because it's like flying a flag. I get it. Watch Mikey Mope now. He always a Santa Fe Spring smile at me. Is chill. Okay, cool, Richie Lokes, man. Good looking out. We need someone that's on the ground. I'm not knowing. The one in San Jose, they can get it popping more and get more people out there. Just put more media. Now, the stage, they got it a little bit in the middle. That's good enough. It's good enough. I'm like, you can make it wider. That way more people can come out. But June 23rd, I think I'm going to go to the Street Low in San Jose. That's at the Santa Clara Fairgrounds all the time. I like that show, man. A lot of Mexican familia. Well, absolutely, cabrón. It's like, hey, this was Mexico, right? California was Mexico. That's no surprise that we have the majority of the numbers. So it's a lot of raza. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? It's just is new to me when, and again, but I've adapted. It's 2025. I've evolved. I've adapted. But it's new to me that someone wear Dickies, Ben Davis, Converse, and all that. and not bang. That's new to me, but I understand things are changing. Times are changing. You got to kind of throw the rule book out the window. That's why I even said, well, what if the skater, gabacho, güeros, they start wearing Charlie Browns? What's the issue with that? Now now the designer of that brand goes from an exclusive hood only at the fucking liquor stores and swap meets, he's getting his merchandise sold, to all of a sudden it becomes universal, and whoever has the copy and trademark to that design just got a huge check. But we're trying to, maybe we're keeping them in a box. I don't know. Chicana Smile says, no, man, that means something. Okay, I get it, and I respect it. And I respect her, man. Absolutely. I would like to ask her what she believes as far as what I put out on the internet saying there's a difference between the Chicano culture and the Cholo culture. I would like to ask her what she thinks about that. Just to hear her answer. I'd be really curiously intrigued because, again, the veteranos have a whole different perspective, man. I try to tell the youngsters, you got to sit at the foot of some of these people that have been through some things and just soak it up. Don't be in a rush to do things or get on your phone or none of that shit. If you get someone like Sambo, someone cut from that cloth, sit at their feet, man. You're going to learn a lot. Shout out to Sambo. Shout out to Texas. Shout out to Gold Toes. Latin Active 209. Yo, carnal. Appreciate you. It's family oriented. Okay. Richie Lokes, you're over there? Okay. That's right. So good. So it's good. Again, but I get what she's saying. Someone that wears that and ain't really, because some people could also call that like a California California clothes, California garments, California apparel. Some people could call it a California thing. Should it morph and just become streamlined? That all of a sudden everyone's wearing Ben Davis shirts with the zippers, pullovers? I'm just saying it's beneficial to the clothing line, but if they're gonna own that, then they gotta come to some kind of consensus, get all the veteranos together and check that shit. So, but now everyone's gonna know, okay, the 10 girls that were coming to the Santa Fe Spring swap meet all dressed like cholas, that ain't happening no more. Or the 10 dudes coming dressed like cholos but don't bang, that then I guess it stops. Community can do that to community because everyone's in touch with each other. Or is that making it too serious? I'm only saying, like, some people like Chicana Smiles, they're drawing a pretty hard line on that ropa. Just want to see what the people are saying. Again, I talk about it because it's intertwined. Well, for one, to be relatable to the people. Somos Chicanos, we're in Califas and all that. Two, because it's closely intertwined to Chicanos. Though majority of Cholos son Chicanos, there's still a clear distinction between the two because one, we know the birth, the movement, the leaders, etc. And two, it's just the Cholos have a lot of brown pride. That's what it is. The Cholos have so much brown pride that they see Chicanos that we love the U.S. because we're united. We fly two flags, not one flag. We fly two flags. The Chicanos are in touch with their Mexican roots, and we embrace the look at Cain Velasquez blasting on his chest, brown pride, knocking motherfuckers out, dropping fools, Junior Dos Santos and Bigfoot Silva, Alistair Overeem, and he has brown pride blasted on his chest. Shout out again to Salina City Barbecue. Wow. He said, I actually want to go to Santa Fe Swap Meet and get my boogie. Heartbeat. You make me feel so. I get it, man. As long as it's a good vibe, again, because at the end of the day, I'm not taking my kids around that. I'm selective where I go, right? Water parks and something like that. I'll go check it out once. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'll go and check it out one time for sure. And then we'll go after that. We'll see. We'll see what the vibe is after that. Because it's good. It's good to be out there and socialize with people. That's the bad thing with like anyone that fucking rats or tails or shit like what you they want you. You're wanted for some reason or another. You're wanted, or you have a stupid mouth. You're disrespectful, or you owe someone something, or you did someone dirty. All that shit I made amends with myself with God a long time ago. And I'm like, don't let me out of this box until I pay for everything. And however I have to pay for it, this is what I always told God, let me pay for it and not my family. Just might as well just take it on me now. Because if I make it home, you ain't never seen a hustler like me in your life. This is fire, man. So again, let's just wrap it up with Chicana Smiles, man. Shout out to her. Great interview on Hood Stocks. Let me read a couple more comments. And they could do that. They can definitely come together and start banning shit. Start putting some kind of community dress code. Maybe it's not a Santa Fe Spring Swap Meet official protocol, but they want to put some dress code. Hey, we ain't having it too much. We understand the influencers are having fun with it and stuff like that, but that just ain't happening. I mean, I'm pretty sure Lucky would be involved in that conversation as well. He's out there. People know him. Biggest podcast in LA, right? Or is there a bigger podcast in LA than Hood Stocks? And I'm talking about when it comes to us. I'm talking about Chicanos. I'm talking about Raza. I'm talking about us, man, in California. They look at us from all over the world, man. We're like the Mecca. Their eyes are on us. Angel Chavez says, Chicana Smiles, who is that? Respect. I remember you from the Gunner Cholo match. That's right, Angel Chavez. I appreciate you, cabron. There's an Angel Chavez from Salinas, pro boxer. He's like 12 or 13 and 0. Last fight, I took a picture with him. I used to call his amateur fights. And now he's a pro fighter, Angel Chavez. He's out of Salinas born, and he went over to, I forgot what gym in Vegas, pro boxer, but remember, yeah, that match is, I got something cooking, cabron. It's going to be real good, entertaining as hell. This one's going to be for the people, 100%. It's going to be a show. It's going to be entertaining. It's gonna be good. I'm just getting the people to get involved with it right now, and it's gonna be streamed absolutely. I probably lost signal temporarily. My bad, you guys. You guys are gonna like when I make that announcement. I contacted one.